Protest players! I'm Gillyweed, and this is the IMBAbuilds audio guide to duckdeok's PvP 3-gate Robo. Don't forget to check the video description below for a link to the IMBAbuilds website, where you'll find tips on the build and other replays of it in action. In a second, I'll ask you to pause the video while you start a game against an easy AI Protoss opponent. Once the game loads, pause it and come back here. I'll then give you a countdown and you can resume your game. Ready? Pause the video. Welcome back. Get ready to unpause the game and start your first probe in 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You just started your first probe. Keep making them. You'll warp in your first pylon after starting your 9th probe. You should have just started your 9th probe. When you get close to 100 minerals, pull out a probe to warp in a pylon near your nexus, then return it to mining. Your pylon should finish around the same time as your 10th probe. When able, start an 11th probe and chrono boost it out. Chrono boost your nexus. Use your 12th probe to warp in a gateway before mining. Warp in 2 assimilators. Chrono boost the nexus. Warp in a pylon near your ramp, then use that probe to scout inside your base for proxy pylons or mothership core harassment. Put 2 probes on each assimilator. When your gateway finishes, warp in a cybernetics core. Warp in a second gateway. You should be at 19 supply. When your cybercore finishes, start warp gate research, build a stalker, and put 1 more probe on each assimilator. Also, don't queue up any more probes after this one. Build a pylon. You should be at 23 supply. At 100 gas, start a mothership core. Chrono boost the cyber core. Start a stalker at your second gateway and chrono boost it out. When your first stalker finishes, start another at that gateway and chrono boost it out as well. When your mothership core finishes, resume probe production. Warp in a 3rd gateway. When your stalkers pop, use them to take map control. Be sure to scout around your base and watchtowers for any proxy play. Send out a probe to build a proxy pylon. By this point, you should have 23 probes. Warp in a Robo facility. Chrono boost the cyber core. Use your stalkers to defend your proxy pylon while it's warping in. Warp gate research should finish around 6 minutes. When it does, transform your gateways and halt probe production. Warp in 3 more stalkers at your proxy pylon and attack with your 6 stalkers and probe. Keep your mothership core at home to defend your probes. You should be at 39 supply with 25 probes. Use this attack to scout your opponent's composition. If he fast expanded, attempt to cancel the Nexus. Warp in more units if you need to. If he has about the same amount of units, fall back and start Immortal production. If he has way fewer units, push up the ramp and attempt to defeat his army. Don't overcommit into Photon Overcharge. If you can't get up the ramp, warp in 1 or 2 sentries as natural and contain him while you expand. Transition with the appropriate tech to counter your opponent's unit composition. You can check the IMBAbuilds website to see steps for transitioning from this build. Good luck and have fun!